associate of Krishna, is a friend and brother of Krishna. He expands himself as Krishna's bed, Krishna's paraphernalia, Krishna's ornaments, and is mysterious. Is everyone's maintainer, protector, and friend. So, if you serve Nityananda Prabhu, you will get Krishna Prema, Hare Krishna. So everyone, you invite him. You take this copy in home and worship this copy. You'll get Krishna Prema. All the Vaishnavas, what they did, they wrapped these copy strips around their neck. And he said, now everyone wash the feet of Nityananda Prabhu and drink that water, Padotakam, that foot wash. And immediately you'll get, unflinching faith to perform Krishna Bhakti, and you'll get Krishna Prem. And all the devotees washed Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet and they drank it. 5 times, 10 times, many more. And in this whole episode, Nityananda Prabhu was smiling. Hare Krishna. So then Lord Chaitanya distributed that Charanamrut to everyone. And devotees, as soon as they drank, Hari, Hari, today I have attained perfection of my life. All my bondage of material enjoy, this material bondage is destroyed today. Today I have become free. I have become servant of Krishna, somebody said. And this water is so tasty. It is sweet. As nectar. So as soon as they drank this Nityananda Prabhu's Charanamrut foot wash, they started dancing, singing. Then the Kirtan started. Kirtan started and Lord Chaitanya joined the dance. And Nityananda Prabhu also started dancing. And all the devotees joined around them. Nityananda Prabhu and Lord Chaitanya started dancing. They played little games. They were trying to catch each other's feet, trying to take dust. Sometimes they would embrace each other. And what is that? They were dancing, They were dancing and dancing. Like that, they danced all day. Hare Krishna. Then he said, now when everyone sat down after a whole day of dancing, Lord Chaitanya said, whoever worships Nityananda Prabhu with love and devotion, they love me also. Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet are worshipped by Lord Shiva and Brahma Balra, His lotus feet are worshipped by Shiva and Brahma. So you offer your love and devotion to Nityananda Prabhu. If you worship Nityananda Prabhu, you'll receive the grace of Krishna. If you disrespect him, you'll be rejected by Krishna. Hare Krishna. Anybody who hears the story of Lord Chaitanya distributing copies, very soon they'll get the grace of Nityananda Prabhu. Now we are entering into the serious pastime. Haribol. One day, Lord Chaitanya called, Sri Bhagavan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. What is the goal of Lord's descent? He wanted everyone to go back to Godhead. Vishwambhara. He wanted to fill the universe with the holy name, and he wanted everyone to go back to Godhead. Haribol. His color is that of a molten gold. Gauravarnam. So, Sankirtanaka Petrao, Kamalaya Daksho, Vishambaro Dijaro. So he's a father who inaugurated Sankirtan movement. So one day he told Nityananda and Haridas Thakur, Suno Nityananda, Suno Haridasa. Hey, listen, Nityananda and Haridas Thakur, listen. You know, you travel everywhere in Navadvip. Tell people about my teachings. Go everyone's home, every door. Tell them to chant Hare Krishna. Chant Krishna's name, worship Krishna, cultivate the sense of Krishna consciousness. Just only this tell, repeat this only and make them chant. At the end of the day, come and give the report. Anybody who doesn't comply with the request, I'll cut off their head into pieces with my Sudarshan Chakra. Hare Krishna. You know? Somebody serves Advaitacharya but doesn't worship Nitya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Advaitacharya himself will destroy them. So, go and tell everyone to chant Krishna's name. Hare Krishna. So likewise, couple of instructions changed the world changed this world many times. Lord Chaitanya's instruction to Nityananda Prabhu Haridas Thakur has changed the fate of this world. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur instruction to Srila Prabhupada in the month of Kartik changed the what is that? Topography of Vrindavan. It has changed so many lifetimes, so many lives of the world. How many of you agree? Do you agree because Saraswati Thakur gave that type of instruction? Prabhupada came and preached. And we're all here because of Srila Prabhupada. How many of you agree? Do you agree?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
So with the instruction comes the empowerment. So we read this from that day onwards, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, Brahmaji and Balramji would go door to door. And so, Bolo Krishna Bhajo, Krishna Karo, Krishna Siksha, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Prana, and my brothers. So they would knock the door, the owner would come and open, there is nobody. Are who? As they're about to close the door, they would see Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur getting up from the ground. Excuse me, sorry, I don't know what happened. Nityananda Prabhu would fall at their feet. Haridas Thakur would fall at their feet and said, please, my dear brothers, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna, Siksha Krishna, Mata Krishna, Pita Krishna, Pranadhan. Oh brothers, chant the name of Krishna, sing the glories of Krishna, learn about Krishna because he's our father, he's our mother, he's our life savior. Hare Krishna. And they were like renunciates, wearing the dress of renunciates. They would ask them, we have only one request. Please chant Krishna's name. Please worship Krishna. Cultivate Krishna Bhakti. Many people will tell, come and take prasad. No. Come and take prasad. No. Then what do you want? Ek mala jap karo. So, people who are very pious, they have accepted it. When they would see Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu, they were like effulgent. Yes, we'll do, sir. Definitely we'll do. Why not? How to chant? But some people who are not so fortunate, you guys are mad. You have become mad because of bad company. Why are you coming and spoiling us? This Nimai Pandit is spoiling everyone. Hare Krishna. And those people who are not allowed to come into the home of Shiva Thakur during Lord Chaitanya's dancing, they were so upset, beat them up, beat them up. Maybe these two are the informers of the dacoits. Do you know in Navadvip is even today famous for dacoits? I don't know how many of you know.
No,
Thieves. Yeah. You know? So, you know, so what is it? Beat them up. You know, they are they are coming to collect the information, you know. And thank you. They're coming to collect the information so that in the night the thieves would come and steal everything. Hare Krishna. But Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, they were never discouraged. They continued their preaching. See, Lord Chaitanya himself started this movement of preaching, door to door. One day, now the story starts. They came across two drunkards, Jagai Matai. They were beating each other. They're like big bodies, fully drunk. You know, they were looking like pirates. You know, they have so many bad stories. You know, they were born in the Brahmin families, but they were disgraced Brahmin families. They were constantly drink liquor, eat beef, you know. They would steal. They would burn people's homes. Wow. They would do every wrong thing. And police were scared of them, court was scared of them. All day they would engage in sinful activities, wicked activities. So sometimes they would embrace each other, sometimes they fight each other. People are watching the fun. They are fighting. They are pulling their hair. Then suddenly in that sight, in that picturesque sight, Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu came. Sometimes these two were fully drunk. They would embrace each other. Sometime later they would fight. You know? They have done every sin. Chitragupta, you know, he hired extra people to record their sins. So still, I mean, because of, you know, what is that? Chitragupta hired extra manpower to record all the sins they were committing. You're listening or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, you know, very interesting. They never met Vaishnavas. They never criticized Vaishnavas. You know. Because if they had done Vaishnava Prad, Lord Chaitanya would not have given the grace. But anyway, what happened? Nityananda thought, wow. Nityananda inquired, who are these guys? He got all the information. You know, he got everything. And so he went to them and said, Bolo Krishna Bacha Krishna Karo Krishna Siksha Krishna Prana Krishna what is it? La, bolo Krishna Bhaja Kora, Krishna Mata, Krishna Vita, Krishna Pranada. So here they were telling, they were doing door to door, right? But then one day they saw these two brothers fighting on the road. So Nityananda Prabhu felt these guys are intoxicated. They are disgrace to Brahmanism. If they experience the love, they experience Lord Chaitanya's grace, and because of which they would attain love of God, Krishna Prema, the world will understand what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to this world for. So if they become devotees, today people are taking bath in Ganga when they when the shadow of Jagai Mother would fall on them. But a day will come, people will come to touch them and get rid of their sins. Arivu. So what he did, he told Haridas Thakur, you have somehow escaped. What is it? He approached the Jagai Mother and said, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Siksha, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Pranadhat. Krishna Pranadhat. And they were fully drunk, they became upset. Nobody ever dares to talk to us. Not only you're talking to us, but you're trying to preach to us. Wow. They became upset. And they said, we'll kill you. Nobody has ever dared to even, nobody has ever dared to preach like this. You're listening, right? So,
Yes.
So then Jagai Mata got up. Nobody would ever dare to come. You're preaching to us. Sometimes in temples, they would do Jagai Mata dramas. Basically, they keep a funny character. Jagai Mata were not funny characters. They're deadly cruel. They would burn the house, kill the people, rape women, whatnot, anything. So worse. So when they got up, you're preaching big, they got up and started chasing them. We'll kill you. And Nityananda Haridas Thakur started running away. I really do not know how I escaped that day. The Muslims, they persecuted me, and they bet me in 22 marketplaces. Now today it's difficult. So what is it? I don't know, why did you do this? All the onlookers, then the Nigai Mata started chasing Nityananda Prabhu. These people, they should not have done this. Why should they do this like this? These people are extraordinarily cruel. They are not comedy characters the way temples, dramas are shown. Definitely not. Jagai Mata, very cruel. And they started running because they were like, Haridas Thakur Nityananda Prabhu. But the Jagai Mata, they were like fat, they're big belly, So what happened? They ran away. They ran away. And Haridas Thakur confided with Advaitacharya. What did he tell Advaita Acharya? No. It is very difficult to deal with my preaching partner. Hare Krishna. So, actually, as they were running, Haridas Thakur said, sorry, that day when I was beaten up by persecutors, I was beaten up by these persecutors. Krishna saved me. Today, my because of my companion's restless nature and lack of mature intelligence, I'm about to face my death. I'm about to face my end. And then Nityananda said, you're wrong. Restlessness is not my real nature. It is all because of the spiritual ecstasies of your master Sri Chaitanya. Although he's a Brahmana, he was giving orders like king. By his orders, we went door to door. But if we do not fulfill his orders, we are finished. Right. And finally, what they did, they reached. Yeah. Just give me 1 minute. So what happened? Nityananda Prabhu and they reached, and they had to give the report, right? My Lord, today what happened? Strange incident occurred. We came across 2 drunkards. They're from Brahmin families, but they were all, they were totally, they spoiled themselves. So when we went to preach to them, what is that? They were they're drunk, and they reacted violently and chased us. We could hardly escape. Krishna's grace, we could finally escape actually. Lord Chaitanya said, all right, who are those guys? Jagai Madai. Jagai and Madai. Lord Chaitanya said, I know these 2 rogues. If they come before me, I'll cut them into pieces. Hare Krishna. Nityananda Prabhu said, my Lord, you'll cut them into pieces. I went there to preach to them. If you cut them, how will we carry the mission? Why are you so angry with them? So please allow me to preach Hare Krishna. We'll tell them to chant the holy name. I want you to deliver them. I want you to give them the grace. Hare Krishna. So anyway, so Lord Chaitanya said, be very careful when you preach. But if they come before me, I will take them to my task. Nityananda Prabhu said, my Lord, why are you becoming angry? Let us first allow us to preach to them. Allow them to chant the holy name, Krishna's holy name. My Lord, if only deliver them your name, you will become famous as Patita Pavana. What is the name of our deities? Nitai? Patita Pavan Gaurari. Nityananda said, when you saved me, my Lord, your name, you got that name because you saved me. You got the name, Anyway, so, my Lord, I want them to be liberated so that the world will come to know the grace of Lord Chaitanya. Sri Chaitanya said, if you want to give your grace already, they are liberated. As soon as these guys saw you, they were delivered. Hare Krishna. So anyway, what is that? The devotees were hearing this, Hari, 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 Hari. Anyway, that's what I want to tell today, not so much. And we will cover this next week. But I have a request for everyone. Kartik time, everyone is increasing rounds or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
How many rounds?
Yes.
Yeah. Increase your sadhana and what is that? Time is running out. Human life is meant for self-realization. We come alone to this world. We leave this place alone. Nobody will come with us. Nothing will come with us. If you understand this point very clearly, we'll utilize human life to progress, to make progress as much as possible. These impurities are there in the heart. Greed is there, anger is there, envy is there, pride is there, lust is there. Hare Krishna. So we should chant the holy name sincerely. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare. And we should Janma Sartha Kuri Karo Paropakar. See whatever the skill you have, utilize in Krishna's service. Be nice with the family members. Not like you hear about Nityananda Prabhu, now hear about Gadadhar Pandit, hear about Lord Chaitanya. Very important is sadhana. Equally important or more important is sadachar. How good are you with your family members? So, what is that? More than sadhana, sadachar. Respect. What is the disease of the material world? Controllership. You try to control. What is another disease? You have taste for the matter. You have taste for the dead matter. So, Kaliga means quarrel and hypocrisy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to deliver all the people. We are in Maya. our heart is filled with impurities, we should minimize it and slowly get rid of it. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, his commentary. That's what I want to end actually today. I'm sorry. We'll continue next week a little late because of Damodar month. Yeah, Damodar month, please go door to door if possible. Or just invite your friends in your home, make them offer ghee lamp to Yashoda Damodar or Radha Damodar. And they'll open a Bhakti bank account. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says you'll take little commission. And somebody is becoming Krishna conscious. Wow. And I'll end it here. If I've spoken, what I said, very important, more than equally important of sadhana is sadachar. Be good with family members, good with devotees. Otherwise Krishna is not happy. Can I share one experience? You'll be amazed actually.
Yes, Prabhuji, please share.
Sure, Prabhuji, please share.
One day, I was actually, I don't know, maybe long weekend, I was explaining to guests about Prabhupada. This is what I did for years. And His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj came. And he saw me preaching to so many people about Prabhupada, immediately offered obeisances. Wow. And Chandrasekhar Maharaj, anybody would come through the doors, even if he may be a Mlechha Ravana, Chandrasekhar Maharaj would offer obeisances. Festival of Inspiration, 600 people would come those days. Maharaj would sit in the temple and chant. Anybody would come, he would offer obeisances. Wow. What is our disease? Controlling mentality. Envy. The ego is manifested in so many ways. So more equally important as sadhana is sadachar. Sadachar means what? Good behavior. It starts at home. It starts with the devotees. Rather than finding, mistake or fault with others, teach them by example. I'm talking to myself. Rather than judging and fault finding, we come alone, we go alone. If we consciously make an effort to change, Krishna will be happy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be happy. Nityananda will be happy. Kartik, if we do this, offer obeisances to whomever you cross, your spouse, your children. First of all, they cannot understand. But Krishna will be very happy. What do you all think? No, in the temple I am very humble. At home I am not. Or at home I am humble, temple I am not. We should be humble everywhere. Everyone is listening.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yes, Prabhuji.
You cannot take people for a ride. Then our bhakti is, bhakti is ruined actually. What is more important, equally important than equally important as sadhana? What is the word I used? Anybody?
Sadachar.
Sadachar.
Sadachar means what? Good behavior. We should have good behavior with devotees, good behavior with family members. How to be humble when we are being criticized constantly? Who is criticizing? Devotees or family members? Because you need family. And again, family means who? Spouse, brother, sister. Because you have to act differently. If you are, family means always, there are so many ifs and but conditions, of course. Spouse, okay. Best thing is sit and talk. Wife and husband should sit and talk regularly. There is a saying, beat when it is cold, not when it is hot. When it is hot, works with only iron rod, which is hot. But when somebody is very hot, angry, we cannot correct them. I mean, if you are married for this many years, first 1-2 years, you'll come to know other person. And if you stay with anybody for 1 year, you'll come to know other person. You'll come to know their weaknesses, their strengths. Somebody is criticizing. Why they are criticizing? Is there anything I should improve? Best thing is talk. Especially if the marriage has happened 15, 20 years ago. If it is difficult to resolve, then pray to Krishna, asking for help. It will take little time, but Krishna will help. That's what I can tell. I'm ending now. Dandat Pranal Shrapada Krishna Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. I'm ending now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you so much.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Very much, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Ruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.